It's like somewhere between my Texas accent and my Utah accent and my LA accent and my San Francisco accent and my English accent. It's like people would, you know, wonder where I was from. But when I was with them, I was very English. And so you take on this sort of English thing, you know, where you're very proper and everything is absolutely, you know, it's either perfect or it's not. And that's how, you know, that's how you talk. I mean, it's just, you know, I'll ring you up when I get home. And it's like, you know, you get that way. And then with my other funny accents that I have to throw in, it's like I sounded ridiculous. People would say, I wonder where she's from, like maybe Mars. And so I don't know how to end that statement. What exactly was our statement?
No, we were talking about whether or not they respected you. What did you think of Mick's book?
I didn't read it. I lived it. I was there. If I read it, I would go through it with a big red marking pencil, like a teacher, which is what I was trained to be, and I would be putting question marks and scratching out things and putting big lie, and, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, and circling things. Could have been written better. I mean, it's like that's the way I am when it comes to writing. And so I figured I was there, I lived it. If, you know, Mick wanted to do this, it was important to him. I even walked out on stage and said, this is Mick Fleetwood, our wonderful, fabulous, great, terrific, marvelous, tricky drummer. And also a great author. Please go out and buy his book. You know, so it's like I really helped him. I mean, I tried really hard to, it was like we did a tour that was also a book press tour. And I let him, you know, I let him have that. And I didn't read his book because in case he did say anything that I thought was really not cool, I didn't want to get mad at him because I didn't want to get mad at anybody out on the road because, you know, once you're mad at somebody, it's like, again, takes a while. And I didn't want any of, you know, I didn't want any anger going into our shows. So I thought, best for me just not to read it. I don't think anybody in Fleetwood Mac read it. I mean, if they read it, they just read little excerpts.
Did you still did talk to them, or did you go back out with them again? Kind of going to take some time off?
No, I won't go back out with them now because Mick and I are having an intense argument, and we're not speaking. We haven't spoken since the 7th of December, which was our last gig at the Forum. And he and I have come to the crossroads. And so I don't know if Mick can pull this one out of the bag. If he may be able to, because Mick's very magic sometime. And he may be able to talk me out of it, but I don't think so, not this time. And everybody knows why. This is all over Silver Springs. And so there's not really a lot of reason to go into it without going into it in a big way. He wouldn't give me the song to put on Time Space. And I said, that's it. If you won't give me back the song, I won't be in your band anymore. And I would have, if Chris had said she would tour, because Chris said she wouldn't tour, I would have toured, and I would definitely have worked on the next record that they're going to do, which is going to be a big, like, conglomeration of songs from, you know, 30 years ago, all the way up to now, and some new ones. And I said, of course I'll do that, you know, whatever, because I'm a very soft touch. They all know it. They don't ever believe that I'm ever going to leave. So it's like they think that they're going to talk me back into it. And when I say they, that's not very fair because they have nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with me and Mick. We are having the argument, not Fleetwood Mac and I. And so if Mick wants to fix it, he's got a lot of thinking and a lot of planning and a lot of work to do because that's my mother's song and he kept it. And so he messed with my family. And you don't mess with my family, ever.
They're very important to you.
They're very important to me. And he knows it. And so how he could have done this, I don't understand, because he knows that there's nobody more important to me than my mom and my dad and my brother. Nobody. And he really messed with my whole family. And so how he's going to get out of that, I don't know, because obviously Time Space is already out. and Silver Springs isn't on it. So I don't know exactly what he can do to fix it. But maybe he's just smart enough to figure out something. I don't know.
It seems like you're continually writing. There's always stuff coming out. But do you have a favorite pastime? Do you go out and shop or sew, or do you, other than write?
I paint, I draw, I crochet, I decorate. I do lots of things. That I do when people are asleep. I do things that people get angry with me because I should be sleeping. And they get mad because I'm not getting my rest. But if I didn't do them when everybody was asleep, I couldn't do them. And so when I come out with like a really beautiful drawing and I give it to somebody, or print, I don't give any of my original art out, but I have it printed. And if I give somebody a print, then they may have been like absolutely furious at me last week because I snuck away and stayed up all night instead of going to sleep. And then I give them this print that's all framed and it's really beautiful, and I only draw angels, and so they're all really pretty. And they're like knocked out. And then they're not mad at me anymore. And I'm going, now see? Now you're not angry, are you? Because now you have something that's very beautiful, and I did it when I was supposed to be sleeping, and you were very angry with me. And now you're not angry with me anymore, are you? No, I'm not.
I should try that nocturnal sort of thing.
Well, you have to do it. It's the only way you can do other stuff without anybody knowing it, is lock yourself in your bedroom and turn all the lights down and get a flashlight. And, you know, and at my age, I have to sneak around like this, and I do. Well, we could have ended it on a little...
I know, I was like,
we